Hey everybody, welcome back to the Print 3D channel. Today is September 4th, and that means day 247 of the 3DP 365 project. And on today's episode, we printed out this awesome 7-color Wallace from Wallace and Gromit, so stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back, and thank you for joining me here for day 247 of the 3DP 365 project. On today's episode, we printed out Wallace of Wallace and Gromit in 7 different colors of MatterHackers Pro Series PLA, and our print turned out pretty good. There was one little minor problem with the print, and it was when we printed the sleeves in MatterHackers Pro Series Blond, and I don't believe it has anything to do with the filament. To me, you can tell by the orientation of the parts that they were printed in some really odd orientations. But you can see, I'm pretty sure you can see this, that there looks to be a little bit of Z-wobble. And it only happened on these parts where you can really see it. When I was printing out the tan colored parts, all the flesh colored parts, which I printed those all together, you started to see a little bit of that Z-wobble in the beginning, but it appears to have faded away. And before I printed that, I printed out his vest. And I don't see any sign of Z-wobble there, but I don't think you could actually see it very well in this textured print. And before that print, I printed out the legs. And those are perfect. They're perfectly cylindrical. There's no sign of Z-wobble whatsoever. So I don't know if it's kind of drifted into Z-wobble printing and then drifted back out. But either way, it's something I need to address, and I'm definitely going to print a tower print and see if there's any Z-wobble going on. I'll probably print one in different locations at different speeds to try and figure that out. But as far as this print goes, I'm actually happy with it. I think this looks awesome. It completes the set of Wallace and Gromit. And I actually have Gromit right here so they can stay together because they need to stay together. But the print itself, it turned out really good. I am super happy with this. This is 7 different colors of MatterHackers filament. We used black for the shoes and for the eyes, obviously. We used brown, some of the dark green. We used the blonde, the tan, some of the regular white, and some of the red color, which I like to call gCreate red. And with all those colors, it really turned out awesome. I think this is a really good representation of Wallace. The modeler, Steve Solomon, over at My Mini Factory, he did a really good job on modeling these and making them very easy to 3D print, as I mentioned in the Gromit video yesterday, which you can watch here. These were really super easy to print. I didn't have to use any support material whatsoever. I did separate everything, obviously, into different build plates by color. And it took around 14 total hours of print time because, again, I printed everything a little bit slower than normal, between 25 for like the teeth, 25 millimeters for like the teeth and the eyes, and up to 35 to 40 millimeters. I think I printed the legs at 40 millimeters, where I printed the vest at 35. The legs, I think, or the arms, the sleeve parts here, I think I did those at 30. The hands and the face and the ears and the nose, those all printed together. Those I printed out at 35 millimeters per second. Everything got 3 perimeters, 3 top layers, 3 bottom layers, and anywhere from between 5% infill all the way up to 20% infill, depending on the part and how I felt it needed the infill. Some parts got 0% infill because I didn't think they needed it. Plus it actually sped up the print time a little bit because I was starting to get a little bit anxious to finish it. Once all the parts are printed, I didn't have to do any cleanup. I dry fit everything together, and then I started to do my assembly. The assembly actually took about almost 45 minutes, but that was solely because of glue dry time, because I don't like to start to glue more items on until the glue has set just enough. And I'm using Gorilla Super Glue in the gel format, and actually dries pretty darn quick. What I like to do is put the parts together with the glue, separate them real quick, and put them back together again. Make sure I have a good bond between them. And that actually makes them set up pretty good once you get a little bit of oxygen in there. Once the glue starts to set, it starts to get a little bit more gummy or a little bit more jelly, and it actually sets up a lot faster. I don't use any of that, the spray that people use to make the glue set faster, the set spray, because the Gorilla gel glue actually sets pretty quickly. But anyway, back onto the print. All the parts that printed out, besides the sleeves, there were no problems at all. I didn't have any layer skips or blobs or globs or any other issues. It was just a little bit of that Z-wobble, and like I said, I think it faded away, but I'm definitely going to test the printer. But my gMax did a really good job on everything else, even printing these little teeth. which actually were really a little bit more difficult to print than I thought. I had to do 2 attempts to get them to print perfectly. And those I actually printed out at a 0.12 millimeter layer height just to make sure I had enough plastic down. Most of the other parts are printed at a 0.2 millimeter layer height. I think I did the eyes at a 0.16 millimeter, the dark parts of the eyes, the black parts of the eyes at 0.16. But everything was basically 0.2 millimeters of layer height. And with all those settings and everything else, besides that little bit of sea wobble, I think the print turned out awesome. I'm really happy with the results. I really love this character design. This is one of my favorite characters from Aardman Studios, is the Wallace and Gromit Claymation little shorts that they made. And now I have the complete set. So now I have Wallace and Gromit to sit up on my shelf, and I can't wait to print some more of the models that Steve has posted over there on my mini factory, because these are really fun prints. And even though they take a little bit of time and they use up a bunch of different color filaments, the end results are awesome. Well, that about wraps it up for day 247 of the 3DP 365 project. I hope you guys found this episode interesting and informative. If you're looking for ways to support the channel, check out the affiliate links down in the description. If you purchase anything through MatterHackers, Amazon, or GearBest using those affiliate links, it'll kick a little bit back to the channel and it won't cost you a penny, and I really appreciate it. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment, like, and share those videos, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.